Hello and welcome to Single Stories Theater. Today's episode will not do our list at all. Oh, I just did. Oh well. But this is about as good as I can do without doing my list. Yay! I don't know why I was doing that. Oh, anyway. Bam! Cheesy bam effect for no reason. Okay, on to the story. Today's story is called Flying Colors. Ooh, it's pretty. Is it going to be about sunshine and rainbows and happiness? Probably not. Anyway, let's get on with it. It's improvised, by the way. I just came up with the title beforehand, and there's some ideas flowing here and there. So, let us begin. Once upon a time, there was a man, and he loved to wear a hat all the time. I don't know what kind of hat it was. Maybe it was a bowler hat. Maybe it was a fedora. Maybe it was a straw hat. Maybe it was just a hat made out of dead fetuses. I don't know. That's kind of creepy. Anyway, he wore a hat, and he loved to wear his hat, and when he walked down the street, he was just strutting his stuff like, I got a hat. You don't. That makes me better than you. And some random stranger walking by the street was like, I don't like the cut of this guy's jib. He thinks he's better than me? I'll teach him something. And then he went whoosh, and he hit the hat right off, and out came his hair. But something was strange about his hair. Do you want to know what was strange about his hair? Well, I'll tell you. Or will I? Yes, I will. His hair was made completely of living butterflies. And that's where the title Flying Colors comes from. And the little butterflies, they were all flapping and flapping, and they were making his hair just all go in every direction possible. The random stranger was like, holy, what in the world is wrong with you? And the guy was like, well, that's why I wear a hat. I don't want people to see my living butterfly hair all the time. And the stranger was like, yeah, I can understand that, but why do you have living butterflies as your hair? How is that even possible? And the guy was like, yeah, well, I just got a whole bunch of butterflies when I was a kid, because I loved butterflies. You like butterflies when you're a little boy, when you're just like prancing through the fields and just collecting the butterflies in your butterfly net. And then I took them home in this little jar. And when I got home, I opened the jar, and then I just glued all the butterflies together, except their wings, so they could still fly, and they could still live. And now I stapled them on my hair, or on my bald head. Yeah, I was bald as a kid. It was horrible. People kept making fun of me. I don't know why stapling butterflies to my head was going to make the situation even better. It probably made it worse. But after that, I decided to get a hat, and that solved all my problems. And the stranger was like, okay, that's kind of, I'm gonna go now. And the stranger walked off. And the butterfly hair guy, we'll just call him Ted, why not? He was like, oh, I scared off another guy. Third one today. And there was another stranger walking by, and he was like, third one today? What, you scare someone, like, every day? He's like, yeah, it's just not right. And the stranger was like, well, your head is kind of weird. I don't like your hair. I don't like the cut of your jib. And butterfly hair guy, whose name is Ted, was like, what is with everyone and cutting jibs? I don't even know what jibs are. Are they like ribs? Do you eat them? I'd like to eat some jibs. And do they give you the giblies? What are the giblies? Why don't I know these things? And the stranger's like, you're kind of weird. I'm gonna go now. And the other stranger left. And Ted was like, I guess I gotta go make friends now. I can't keep this butterfly hair a secret anymore. And so he was walking in the park, and everybody was running away in terror as they saw him. Even though his hair was actually quite beautiful, an array of colors, it just looked kind of creepy since there was a bunch of butterflies stapled to his head. Anyway, he was walking along when he bumped into this girl. And by that, I mean he saw a girl like 5 feet away, and then he just ran full force at her and hit her with his head. Because that's how, I don't know, you get girls. You hit them with your head by running into them from 5 feet away with your head. Dating advice from Joshua Moats. Anyway, after that, the girl went, and she fell down. And the guy, he got back up. He was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to hurt you." And the girl was like, "Your hair is so beautiful." And the guy was like, "Whoa, really? You think so? This is the first person today who hasn't screamed in terror at my hair." Well, except for the strangers, but they still thought it was weird. "But you don't think it's weird, and that's awesome." And she was like, "Yeah, your hair is just so beautiful." He was like, "Yeah, I know. Here, let me help you up." And he helped her up, and she just looked at him. She was like, "Your hair, it's just so beautiful." And the guy was like, "Yeah, you told me that like 3 times already." And the guy was like, I'm sorry, but your hair is just so beautiful." And the guy was like, "Oh, do you like want to go on a date or something? I mean, you're kind of cute, sort of. And even though you come off as creepy, I think I might kind of want to go on a date with you." And the girl was like, "Yes, so I can see more of your beautiful hair." And so the guy was happy, and he walked out of the park, and he was like, "Yeah, I gotta go get ready for my date," which I didn't even plan a time or a date or a place at all, but somehow we're going on a date. And a few days passed, and he kept continuing to live his life of creep, freaky weirdo who had butterflies stapled to his head, and no one liked him, except that one girl. And the time for the date came, and he went back to the park because, like I said, he didn't plan a time, destination, date, or anything, so he just assumed maybe go back to the park and she'd be there. And when he got back, the girl was there with a chainsaw. And she was like, "Your hair is just so beautiful. I need it for myself." And the guy was like, "Oh, well, you could just like get a bunch of butterflies and staple them to your head. I mean, I did that." She's like, "No, those butterflies won't be enough. I need yours, the ones on your head. Nothing else will satisfy me." And he was like, "Girl, what is your problem?" She was like, "I have a butterfly fetish, and only yours will do." And he was like, "I'm gonna go now." And as he was about to turn away, she grabbed him by the shoulder and started tussle him here and there. And then she started her chainsaws like, she was like, "I'm gonna kill you now." And he was like, "No, don't kill me. I have the most beautiful hair ever. Butterflies attack." And they were like, and they started to eat her face, and she was like, "Ah, and the butterflies ate her face, and then she pretty much died, because you don't live from getting your face eaten, unfortunately. It's like, wow, I didn't even know I could do that. I have the most awesome hair ever! And from that day on, Ted learned the importance of his hair and how it could eat people's face. And then he learned that he could fly with it, which made him even cooler. But then he got hit by, I don't know, like a jet engine, and he died. But the butterflies survived, so happy ending, yay! I hope you enjoyed this rendition something of Simple Stories Theater. I enjoyed making it. I liked tossing my hair out like that. So, I hope you stay tuned for more as I make them. Goodbye. I love you.